Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 14 of trading crypto before it hits 330,000. Maybe, possibly. I'll explain why in just a moment. Um, let's go have a look at the market. Today, Bitcoin kind of recovering, kind of dropping, retesting this uptrend again. A lot of, we call these doji candles. If you can see these ones here, they kind of look like a plus sign, like a cross. It marks uncertainty in the market where, the price opens here, goes up, goes down a little bit, but it eventually closes up there. Same thing happened here and same thing happened here. This is in the 4-hour chart that I'm seeing that. So, bit of consolidation for now, but still holding a little strong on the 57,000 mark. Currently $57,262.34 per Bitcoin. Still keeping this uptrend here. What would be significant, in my opinion, depending on how strong this trend is, you can see some testing at this level right here, which I plan on marking. A nice little circle. Just like that. We'll see if something happens around that area. Why this area? Because we've seen the downtrend come strong from when it was 72,000. Hits it over here, bounces off of this kind of general area multiple times, eventually took the large dip over here, but it's been coming back up. So this has been forming a asymmetrical triangle. I forget what it's called. But yeah, eventually meaning like the closer that it gets to here, it has to break out either up or down. Some people think it's going up, some people think it's going down. I think it's going to go down, but we'll have to see. Currently, it is dipping a little bit. Let's see if we can find any opportunities in the 5-minute charts for Bitcoin. Yesterday, I did my stream in Spanish. There was no new trades that were done. As you can see by my trade history, the last thing that we did was... Wait, never mind. We did do a trade. We did one in Cardano and we lost. Okay, so we'll review that in just a moment. As of right now, Bitcoin currently still dropping now, but not reaching the oversold levels quite yet. So we'll just have to wait a little longer. Let's look at how Ethereum is doing. Same kind of thing. Coming down from the Fibonacci level as well, where it held for a moment. Currently $3,092.97. I don't know. Yeah. Starting to come down a bit. I think the market is starting to come down today in general. It did have a good day yesterday, but now we're getting some corrections. So prices will be dipping today. As of right now, RSI does not indicate it's oversold, so we'll skip Ethereum for now. Let's go over to Ripple. It is up 2.30% at 44 cents and 92. It is also dipping down a little bit. It did become overbought over here, which I guess I missed. This would have been an excellent opportunity to enter, but I did not enter it. I was slow. That's fine. We'll have to skip it for now then, unless it comes back up and becomes overbought again, although I don't think it will. But that's okay. We'll move on to the next coin, which is Litecoin. Not oversold yet. Still has some chance to drop. Current price is $67.48. Let's look at Cardano. I apparently lost over here. Cardano's been having some very, very strange movements. Here is my trade. Wow, look at this. That is not fair. I should have won this. Maybe I calculated it wrong or something. So here was my idea of the trade where I entered over here currently because it was overbought, right? We wanted the market to come down to the volume weighted average price, the VWAP line, the yellow line right over here, which it did, but it did when it came up. This came up, right? And I put my take profit right over here. So it didn't really reach that, and then big spike comes up over here and takes me out with a stop loss. Who knows, this could have shot up to the moon. But I mean, eventually it would have taken it, hit the take profit right over here if I did not use a stop loss, or if I maybe did this a little longer. like a risk reward one too. No, it still would have hit. This spike is very large. So I guess I missed this trade right here. It's very unfortunate. It was really, really close to hitting the take profit, but it eventually corrected up. Well, it didn't correct. It just shot up for no reason. And it's been going up since last night. And right now, it did just shoot up again as well. But now the price is coming down. I missed this drop over here, so no trade for Cardano. I will note this down into my Excel spreadsheet. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. Let's see, this trade's details. So we entered, well, it closed on the 10th. Wow, it didn't have any trades since the 5th, and now it's the 10th of July. So 5 days, no trades, pretty much. That's, yeah, I was either busy or sick or dying or anything. But I'm better now, so it's all good. So we lost $105.77 and a lot of commission as well. That's tough. I will note down the ADX levels for what we had here. Which, if we go here, it ended over here. So ADX level was 37, which was good, and it ended at 34 actually. I feel like this really doesn't count because it did technically hit the volume weighted average price line, but that price line moved up against my take profit, and then it bounced from there. It didn't dip a little bit more, it just immediately bounced off of that yellow line, which resulted in me losing this trade here. I guess you can't win them all, but I'll still note down the ADX, 37 to 34. Not much of a major difference, but still worth noting in my opinion. So ADX, 37 to 34. We hit a stop loss. Okay. Current equity is $355.97. We're only up $355, and it is day 14. I was expecting to be up $100 each day, but maybe the strategy has to change, but I'll determine that in just a moment. I'm going to do a couple more trades with it. Going to review these on my free time and then see what I could tweak on the strategy to maybe get some better results on this. Okay, but that's fine. Can't win them all. Let's go back here. Still positive, so that's not too bad. Yep. That's it for Cardano right now. Can't enter the trade. It is up 3% though, that's a lot. Dogecoin on the other hand, very, very neutral. It did get overbought, but there's barely any movement in the price over here. Currently it's at 10 cents with 69, so no entry in Dogecoin. Let's go to Solana. I think Solana has been dropping a little bit. It did drop. Currently $136.07. No entry according to what the RSI is indicating for me, so we'll skip Solana for now. So far, I guess I just missed Cardano and Ripple. They had some good overbought moments and are on their way to correcting themselves to the volume weighted average price, which I missed. Shiba Inu, same thing as Dogecoin. Not much movement going on here. Price is 0.0016, and RSI is 52. No entry on this either. Let's take a look at Binance Coin. Did also get overbought over here, but that's not too much of a space, not too much movement in my opinion. Current price is $526.30. So right now, no entry. It's already on the volume weighted average price, so we can't do much here. We're gonna have to wait for some momentum to build up there. Phantom did get oversold over here, but it already made its correction up, so I missed this move. Would have entered there, but I can't now. It's already on here. It did get considered overbought over here too, but not too much space going on from here to here. Not even 1%. I wouldn't enter a trade if it's less than 1% usually. I made that up right now, but trust me, I even if this was live, like I probably would not enter that. It's too close. Next coin, well, Phantom, sorry, is 46 cents with 70, with 69, with 70, yeah, around that price. Pepe is minus 2.80% today. Price is 0.0008. RSI is 46. No entry right now. It is a little under the volume weighted average price. We'll see if this generates some further downward movement to indicate oversold, so that way we could enter with the buy trade. Next is Toncoin, the last coin we have here. Toncoin is going up a lot, 1.97%. This is a strong upward trend here. It's going up, although ADX does not indicate that, but you can clearly see it has been going up in the past couple of hours. Volume weighted average price is following that, so fair market value, it is going up indeed. Current price is $7.35. No entry as of right now. I would wait for this to become overbought. Okay, that's all we have for now. Let me take one last good look at Bitcoin. Yeah, nothing's going on. And the other two closer ones was Ripple and Cardano. Ripple's on its way down. Cardano should also be on its way down. Just moved that line by accident. Yeah, it's coming back down to the volume weighted average price. I missed that trade entry right there. It's currently it's fighting for that 40 cents mark, which it has tested a couple of times. My idea here was that this was also a pretty good resistance at 39 cents, but it eventually did test it a couple times. It did hit that volume weighted average price, but came back, tested that line again, and eventually broke through the 39 cents level, reached the 40 cents level as well, and kind of bounced back a little bit, and currently fighting for that territory once again. Not sure if it will be able to continue, but likely it's going to hit that fair market price, the volume weighted average price. So that's it for this. Let's move on to some news, and then we'll review this market again to see if there's any other opportunity that it generates for us. What's been going on in the White House? Well, Biden is holding a press conference for the NATO summit. Pretty sure this would go well, right, guys?
I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified to be president. So let's start there.
She, Vice President Trump. I'm pretty sure he's talking about Kamala Harris. Yeah, I don't think he wants Kamala, not Trump, Kamala to become president. Well, same with Trump, I guess. I guess that's what got mixed up in his mind. I'm no better than him. Oh, I'm getting another spam call. It's time from British Columbia. Get declined. Haha. I don't answer these calls anymore. I'm getting so many scammer spam calls. Anyways, let's see what else has been going on.
I'm going to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin.
Hey, President Putin, president of Ukraine.
President Putin. President Zelensky. I'm so focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it. Anyway.
This guy's face.
Mr. President.
I'm better.
You are a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, you're better. Oh, man. I'm not sure about this Joe Biden guy. He apparently, like, one of the comments that Jerome Powell made, the president of the Fed, is this guy. Oh, they left me a voicemail. What are these guys doing? Whatever. I'll read that later. Apparently he has had no discussion with with Joe Biden since 2022, which it explains a lot, right? That's why the economy is where it is, right? Another thing that Jerome Powell says, well, JP Morgan, actually. JP Morgan's been speculating a lot recently. There's a couple of news that we have to cover from them, but they're saying that Jerome Powell and the Fed to start cutting rates in September is what they expect, which is earlier than its previous November forecast. Like we got some of the let me show you guys actually economic calendar. We actually got the inflation rates 0.1% less than what was expected, right? Which is such a tiny amount, but it means that inflation is dropping, and that is a good thing because, you know, inflation drops, the Fed is more likely to cut the interest rates, right? When they do that, you know, more people, more businesses, more just anybody in general are more likely to get credits, loans or stuff like that because the interest rate is much less, mortgages, etc. So that would eventually, flow money more through the economy, and that is good for the stock market, for crypto. That would make it go up. It indeed made Bitcoin go up. This came out at, what time did this come out? 8:30. It was high impact news. It's saying 11th of July, 8:30. You see this green candle? That was the volatility that it caused for Bitcoin, right? Just a big spike up. It almost hit the 59,000, it almost hit 60,000, right? And then it just came back down a little bit, and then, the news died off. But, this kind of news does have an impact on the market, which is interesting. So there's that. They're likely to see rate cuts now earlier, and possibly two, for sure, is what they're saying. It's some small chance for July 31st. That's when one of the Fed meetings will be, July 31st. If not, then it's most likely not going to be in July, but the next one would be in September, and that's when JP Morgan, some bank in, United States, that's what they're estimating now is for September. When they originally had one set for November, and then another one is going to be either November or December, right? So it's either September, going to be the first rate cut. November, there's a smaller chance, but December is another bigger chance as well, for the rate cuts to happen. So we're expecting that, which should be pretty good for us. Not for the economy, right? Another thing that JP Morgan says is that the crypto market will rebound in August. This is why I was thinking, as of right now, I don't think we're going to be going towards 60K levels. We are currently dropping. We do have to test this zone right over here. Right? But I don't know. We might come back up a little bit, but ultimately I think we are going to take another dip. And there's a lot of other institutions who are also thinking that we have not bottomed out. This was not the bottom. We're likely to see another bottom, either close or lower to this level. 53,000, we have one support, and then the psychological support at 50,000 is another one. Fibonacci indicates 46,900, around 47,000. Another bounce, a possible bounce in those zones that we have marked. So that's what's likely to happen. Well, at least according to my chart. So that's pretty good though. In August, if it starts rebounding, it goes to 60,000, maybe 70,000. What comes after August? September. September possibly rate cuts. That will make it go to new all-time highs, right? If we're around the 70,000 mark. So we'll see probably 80,000, 90,000. And then, the end of the month, like September, October, November, December, end of the year, we're likely to see everything go back up. Another catalyst that is kind of making people a bit more bullish is that Germany now has under $285 million worth of Bitcoin left to sell. And this was at 1 p.m., 2 p.m. approximately. It's currently 9 p.m. right now. So maybe they have a little bit less, but this is the most recent number I could find. They have 285 million Bitcoin left, which is good because that means that they sold 90% of their whole Bitcoin supply. They had 50,000 Bitcoin. They now have less than 10,000, we can calculate this, right? Let me pull out a calculator. If it's 285 million and each Bitcoin costs 57,000 approximately. That's 5,000 Bitcoins that they have left. Yeah, it's like 90%, I think. 1.9. No, I can't do math, but yeah, it's a lot. They sold so much already, and they barely have anything left to sell. I just got a thing that Bitcoin is being oversold, possibly. 5-minute chart, indeed it is. Okay, we're getting some dips. We might get to enter some trades soon. But yeah, that's good news. Germany, they're pretty much the story about them constantly selling so much, making the price go down so much, that's over. Maybe they're selling right now, right? You never know. This guy says one intelligent thing. Everyone is focused on Mt. Gox and the Germans selling Bitcoin, but no one is paying attention to the fact that the Ethereum ETFs are about to start trading. People are estimating maybe next week, next 2 weeks, but it has to be this month in July. It has to be, right? They're looking at the chart of Ethereum compared to Bitcoin before the Bitcoin ETF launched. And we all know what happened afterward. Bitcoin pumped from 46,000 to 73,000 in just 64 days. Ethereum can also do the same thing right after the ETF launch. Here's the two charts for reference, right? This is what happened with Bitcoin just this year, right? This was 2023. And then in 2024, around January, February, that's when they announced the ETFs, and this thing skyrocketed. Ethereum, we're kind of seeing that similar pattern with the two little bumps right over here. And then, they're saying within this month, we're going to see Ethereum shoot up from here. Well, this is when it'll start accumulating, and then price will skyrocket. It looks like this is not going to be exact, of course, but August, September, approximately, right? Between August, September, and then October, right over here. I estimate that those 2 months will be very bullish. So August, September, look out for that. Bitcoin is dropping. So should everything else then, I suppose. Ethereum, it's 3,073. It is dipping as well, but it has not reached oversold levels quite yet. It's reaching there pretty soon. Ripple was going up. Oh yeah, sorry. It was coming back down, and yeah, I clearly missed this trade. I didn't stream early enough, which is fine, I guess. Like, I would have entered the trade over here. Like, I totally would have done this looking back in the past. Right, but you can't go back in time anymore. That would have been an easy trade. But unfortunately, what was I even doing? Preparing for the stream, looking at news for you guys, and look what I missed because of you guys, but that's okay. It's whatever. It's not real money. It's still a demo trading account. I really don't care. Let's see what happens at this Fibonacci level, 56,542. It's currently 56,700, and yeah, 700. It's currently 600. Okay, it's dipping hard. Yeah, we're going to have to wait for a confirmation above the 30 RSI. It's currently 25, so we'll just let it drop right now. Although VWAP is also dipping here, so it's going to be quite dangerous to enter a trade until price starts bouncing back up again. Okay, we're getting some buy pressure. People not letting it drop. Okay, we'll have to see how that goes. I'm pretty sure it'll ding me again in about 10 seconds. Just fine. This is some interesting news. Donald Trump, okay, so in Nashville, United States, there's going to be the Bitcoin conference in this month. It's like the 27th or the 29th of July, I think. Yeah, there's the ding. Donald Trump is actually going to be speaking at that Bitcoin conference, which that's pretty exciting, What does Trump have to say about Bitcoin? We'll have to wait and see. There's been some speculation already, maybe some memes about it. Where on Truth Social, for example, Trump says the reason they hate Bitcoin is because they cannot control it. I'm a huge fan of Bitcoin. When I return to office, I will back the US dollar with Bitcoin. But as you can see, it's not an actual post that he made. Not a real truth by Donald Trump. So Truth Social is not telling the truth. It's just Photoshop, so no need to worry there. But that would have been interesting. Imagine backing the US dollar with Bitcoin. That would have been huge. Vote Trump if you want that, I guess. And this would be crypto after Trump wins, of course. Right? Everything just shoots up in price. That would be pretty funny to see in real time. This is also kind of funny. What's this guy's name? Is it Little Pump or Tekashi69? I forget his name. He basically tattooed Solana on his forehead, and then he posts on his socials. It was Little Pump. I'm blind. On the count of 3, everyone sell your soul. So hedging against your forehead tattoo is the craziest thing, right? Like, why tattoo Solana if you're going to be shorting Solana or selling it, right? You're supposed to make Solana pump up. Little pump. Come on. But anyway, there's that. And here's the bigger news. Before I look at that, I want to look at this. So yeah, it is respecting this Fibonacci line pretty nicely. This Fibonacci line is the same low that we had in March, May. Was it May? Let me just go back. Right here. April. Okay, I was totally wrong. Well, in between both March and May, I guess I was kind of right. Well, it's the beginning of May, actually. Yeah, so I'm right. I'm always right. That's the minimum that we had here. That's where I based my Fibonacci level off of, and we're bouncing off of that level pretty neatly. If we do come back up, we could look for this zone that I have marked up here, but I'm not sure how likely that will be. But so far, it has respected this uptrend, and it looks like this is the floor, right? But we never know. It could break this, it could break that, and then continue searching down for one of these 3 floors that we mentioned. Okay, it's kind of testing that area once again, but I'm pretty sure people are not wanting price to dip lower than that. Go to 1 minute chart actually to see this in real time. Yeah, people don't want this to drop. Okay, well, while the price struggles, I wanted to read this headline that there's some analysts that are saying that Bitcoin can reach 330,000 this bull cycle. A reminder that this bull cycle is supposed to extend until like end of 2025. I'm expecting this year, like end of year, Bitcoin to be 100K plus at least. And to see 330K by the end of the bull cycle, that kind of makes sense, right? That's like we're signifying that that will be the top price of Bitcoin approximately. I've seen some people speculate 250K or 300K. This is saying 330K. So, you know, that's what's been the reason why they're speculating this is that smart money is accumulating Bitcoin. Like BlackRock, those ETFs, they're always buying Bitcoin, even more than what Germany is selling. Or possibly Mt. Gox. This could also be Mt. Gox, by the way. Yep, it's not letting it drop. But it's still considered oversold, so I'm not going to enter yet. I want confirmation that this is indeed going to bounce back up. Yeah, we haven't seen this level in a while, so we'll see. I'm going to sneeze. Yeah, bless you. I managed to mute my mic, so don't worry. Here, Bitcoin returns get smaller by amount, 60%. I want to apply a 450% price increase in this cycle, putting Bitcoin at 330,000 per coin. Okay, so what they're doing is they're measuring the point of, what is this, the halving events, I assume? Or previous all-time highs, the end of the bull runs. Okay, takes 800 days approximately. Okay, nothing's happening, don't panic. And the bull run goes up a certain percentage. It gets smaller by roughly 60% each bull run. Interesting. Okay. So based off of previous calculations, they're estimating 330K for Bitcoin this time. Here's the flows for the other coins. Whale holdings are growing at a 6.3% month over month, the fastest monthly pace since April 12. Increasing whale holdings is a sign of growing Bitcoin demand, which is true. The more whales that accumulate Bitcoin, you know, you'll be lucky enough to have 1 Bitcoin by the time that there's no more Bitcoins able to be made, because there's only a maximum of 21 million Bitcoins, right? And we've got, what, 8 billion, 9 billion people on Earth. Not everybody is going to be able to have 1 Bitcoin. And there's big whales that have like thousands of Bitcoin, right? Look at Germany, look at the ETFs, look at Mt. Gox, other individuals. I don't know, Michael Saylor, he's the owner of MicroStrategy, which, by the way, MicroStrategy, they're announcing a split on their stock price, which That's also very bullish. It's more people would be able to afford what the stock amount is. Let me actually go find MSTR. Yeah. So they're expecting to have a split soon. Stock split. So it currently costs 1,350 approximately. They're gonna do a 10-for-1 split. So it's gonna cost 134 with 98, something like that. So a lot cheaper for more people to buy. The chart itself is going to stay the same, right? It's just these numbers that are changing the price, right? But it doesn't have any negative impact on it. In fact, it would have a more positive impact because more people will be able to afford the stock. Like the chances of you affording 1,349 per stock, it's going to be less likely than if it was only $134, right? You would be able to buy more stocks of MicroStrategy. So there's that. Pretty good news for that. Anyways, those big guys are accumulating. So yeah, it's going to be a matter of time. Just requires patience. I just uploaded a book from Warren Buffett where it says you gotta hold, it's in Spanish, but I'll translate it. It's saying you gotta hold on to something for about 10 years. If you're not willing to hold something for 10 years, then you don't deserve to be an investor. Essentially is what he's saying. But yeah, that's what we have. Tomorrow in the news, we have more inflation data, which it's going to have like a similar impact that I showed you earlier with Bitcoin today. Look at this. It bounced right off. Let's see if it does hit the 30 mark. I'm going to finally make my first trade in Bitcoin, which would be exciting in my opinion. Anyways, yeah, other than that, yeah, no other bigger news for Friday. And here is what the market is looking like. A lot of odd stuff. How do I go back? Can I go back? Thank you. Let's look at the watch list. Want to make sure that nothing is dropping too much. Solana is minus 4.93%. This is good. It's going to execute some trades I have on my main account. I'm putting trigger orders by limits, so those should get executed soon. Pepe is dropping 4.22%, and Phantom is at 45 cents. Not too bad. I'd like to see it over 50 though. It's number 59. It is also dropping in its spots. This was number 50 before in the market cap. Now it's 59. So that's dropping there. That means less people have Phantom. Less money is in Phantom in general. Anyways, let's go back to Bitcoin here. I did want to read. Bitcoin crash forced weak hands into largest loss taking since 2022 lows. This was, I think, FTX crash. Like, we haven't seen like the fear and greed index. Like you see this thing right over here. Fear and greed index. Like we haven't seen these levels since FTX collapsed. FTX was another exchange where I'm pretty sure everybody's heard about this. This guy named Sam Bankman-Fried. He basically stole everybody's crypto and started partying like crazy in like Cuba or Dominican Republic, I don't know. And then authorities finally got to him when people were trying to withdraw their money or their crypto and they didn't have that. So he got into a lot of trouble and he's in jail. So don't do fraud. Okay, yeah. I think it's going to break through this level. Still just trying to wait to see if there's any entry for Bitcoin right now. RSI still under the 30 mark. Okay, that's turning green now. Pretty sharp drop though. Although we have seen drops like this right over here. So I wouldn't put it past them. What kind of drop is this? It's a 1% drop. Here we're seeing 1.26. Yeah. Seems like that might have been the bottom there. So I'm going to prepare a trade for Bitcoin. long position at, let's just say, I don't know. We'll focus on that later. Change this to a VST account. Let's do 5x leverage, take profit at the volume weighted average price, which is 57360.70. Let's just round it. We're going long. We make 100 and that. We're at the 30 mark, right? We're at 29 now. Okay, it's dipping down. We'll wait for the candle to close. We got 3 more minutes. Possible confirmation that we are reaching there. I don't mind if it dips a little bit more as well. 359. We'll put this at 355. I'm sure that this volume weighted average price will drop. So, yeah. It went up a little too much now. I can't enter. Put this here. I'm just drawing this out just to get a little estimate. It's going to look like that. 56,004. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Okay. Wait for RSI 30 and... Do I increase the volume or what? Right here. No, I'll drop the volume. Wait for price to dip a little bit, which it should. Or if the candle closes, I'll just enter, because that's confirmation that we're above the 30 mark. Still got a minute, 45 seconds. Just gotta make sure that my volume is appropriate as well. Oh, this also dropped to... Oh no, it is 355. We're good. $354 now. 1 more minute for candle to close. Price still on the top of that candle. RSI 32 looking good if it closes within a minute. $50 seconds, yeah. Just don't forget this volume weighted average price line. 30 seconds, approximately. $20 seconds, 353. Probably 352. Gonna have to put it there. My take profit. And yeah, this is definitely closing above the RSI. I mean, yeah, above the RSI 30, we'll say. 3 more seconds to 1. Price is dipping a little bit. And it's closed. Okay, so let's open this trade. Drop the volume to there. Long. Price is entered. Let's adjust the levels. And here we go. Price coming up. Well, that was a delay. Yeah, that was definitely a big delay. But anyways, it's fine. Who cares about 1 or 2 cents or dollars? That's not what I want to copy. I want to copy the average open price, which is my entry price, which it did not copy. So I'm going to copy it again and paste it. Unless that's correct. That's not correct. 56. I might even Control C. Control. Yeah, my paste button's not working or something. 56,724.90. My profit level is 57,352. There we go. Let's adjust the stop loss at risking 1 to 1, which is right here, 56,100. Add stop loss 56,100 with 32. Who cares about a couple cents? We'll put that. Less chance of it hitting my stop loss. All right, there's the trade for now. Finally, so that's going to be my first trade in Bitcoin. Every other trade that I've done has been in altcoins. that I'm not too content about because Bitcoin has never given me proper entries. Now we finally got one. We'll see how this goes. We did get a nice bounce over here, so this is a good support level at the Fibonacci. This is not really the Fibonacci, it's more of like the support from May 1st. We just confirmed the minimums that it reached back in the good old war. So I don't think it's going to drop less than that. And, I mean, to see 56,100 again, it's been a while. It's been over here since. And this uptrend is also closing up, so this can take up till like 7:30 a.m. and we'll for sure not lose the trade, but I don't think it's going to last that long. So we'll see how this goes. I am at 40 minutes of streaming time, so I think I'm going to end it here. I went through all the news that I wanted to go through. So, yeah. There's a trade for now. Not much is going up. Max, biggest gainer is Mantra OM. I have no idea what this is, but it's up 6%, and everything else should be dropping. Yeah, minus 11% for Bonk, Celestia, Render. Render is dropping so much. I actually did get liquidated off Render here. Because we can't do anything in Render anymore. This line right here was the bad boy line, and it crossed it, so rest in peace, Render. I'll never operate Render again, which is fine. I don't care. They don't like it anyway. So yeah, that's all for now. Bitcoin position looking strong, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm actually thinking of doing one day in English, one day in Spanish of my streams. So tomorrow's Friday. It'll be Spanish stream tomorrow.